Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert Welk here at the San Diego Comic Convention with Arthur Parsons from TT Games. We were just talking off camera. There's some buzz on this game, and I can't quite figure it out yet. Is it because people want to create their own villain, or is it because you get to play with villains? Is there a what is it? What's creating this buzz on the game?
I can only assume it's villains. Like, you guys love villains, right? I hope. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it's because people love villains or people are going to get to make their own villain and then have that with the villains, or whether it's kind of the whole bright, colourful vibe that we've gone for with this game. I don't know what it is that people are resonating with, but it's good. We've obviously ticked a box. We just don't know which box we ticked, so we'll just tick all the boxes. And yeah, but I think people just, there's a desire in every Lego game we've made to play the villain. You want to play Vader. You want to play Voldemort. You want to play the bad guy, whoever that may be. And this time round, it's just all about the bad guys. So the good guys are great, but they can be a bit stuffy sometimes, right? Whereas the bad guys trying to do good in a bad way and failing, and in this game especially, you've got the bad guys against like the crime syndicate, the justice syndicate, you know, the really bad guys, but those guys are trying to be good, and that kind of has its own humor, and then everyone's like, well, where's the Justice League? It's like, who cares? Those guys are gone, right? So it's just villains, and it's great. You know, it's a great roster. Like, here we are, like at Comic-Con, we've announced loads of characters, and then when we're here, we're announcing characters like Mr. Mixie as Pitlick, who else? Toyman, Silver Banshee, and Ventriloquist, and Clayface. We've already said Clayface many times before. I'm just trying to think who else we've Polka Dot Man, Clock King, some real quirky ones in there, Condiment King, that's loads. There's just so many great villains, and that's what we're doing, is just putting them right in the front of everyone because they're funny.
Now, something also this time around is original story. Can you talk about how that kind of came together? Did you have like a writer's room and try and pick out like your favorite villains to sort of incorporate?
Yeah, so the process for that was, we had a blank bit of paper. We knew we wanted to do a Lego DC game, so there's a few of us sat down and just wrote funny villains, and that was it. It was like, so the two things were, we wanted to do a game focused entirely on villains. DC's roster of villains is the best, and then it had to be the funniest Lego game we've ever done. So there's two like really like high points we had to hit. And then in terms of writing, our writing team basically went into a room and we're like, okay, Forever Evil's really cool. How can we kind of make a Lego game kind of like inspired by that? Like, we want to put these really bad guys in there, and we want other bad guys, and we want kind of Lex to be the leader of the villains, and how does this all fit together? So that was the inspiration. Those guys went away and they wrote a story that was cool. We collaborated with DC, and they were kind of like back and two, making sure it was as good as it could be. And then when we all read it, it's like, this is great. And then the game's getting finished now. The team are back in the UK, so go team. They're doing a great job finishing up. But you see those words being brought to life by the best voice actors that you can get, and it's funny. It's just genuinely like you sit. You know, we've sat and we've played it again and again, as we do. We refine the game when we play it, and you still sit there, and there's still this like little side joke that's in amongst the other jokes, and you're like, oh right, okay, I love that. I get that. There's some real laughed out loud moments. It's a really funny story, even though you think villains are dark and the crime syndicate, justice syndicate are dark. Villains make everything light, and that's what's cool. So you guys will love it.
All right, now we're at Comic-Con. We're in the DC booth. It's crowded. It's crazy. I brought some viewer questions from YouTube. Are you up for taking a look at some of these and checking?
Yeah, this is like an Ask Me Anything, right?
Yeah,
live
AMA,
unedited.
Now, there's probably things you might not be able to talk about. You can just say pass or next or something.
You know me. I'll always give an answer even if I'm not allowed to.
Sir Dranalik says, "Can the custom character talk?"
Yes and no. The custom character has a voice. I think there are 30 different voices you can pick from, and the custom character will basically respond and make noises and grunts and everything, but because of the sheer amount of variation with the custom character and just how much this character dives in and out of the story and is crucial towards the end of the story, we had to opt for no actual vocalization, because it just wouldn't have worked. And the way that the characters all relate to them, like Lex is like, come on rookie, do this, and hey, you're the new guy. It's very similar to, if you think like the South Park game, it works because of that. If we would have suddenly put vocalizations in, the delivery might not have been perfect on everything, we couldn't have offered the variety, and maybe it just wouldn't have been as great as it could be. So there's vocalizations, but not words.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the old Lego games where it's like,
yeah, I remember the grunting and the
yeah. So
the
there'll be all of that
bubbles and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Ken D says, please have Earth X with attainable characters. I need something from the Arrowverse that doesn't require me to get DLC.
Something from the Arrowverse that doesn't require you to get DLC. Okay. So there are some characters, believe it or not, but that are kind of knocking around. Merlin's voiced by John Barrowman. That's cool. So there is some cool stuff in the game, but if you did want the DLC, I can't talk about some of it, but one of the DLC packs I can talk about is there's a DCTV Hero pack, which has Arrow and Flash and Mr. Terrific and who else? I'm going to get the wrong ones here. No, I won't. Vibe and Supergirl and someone else. So, and there's some villain stuff. There's Arrowverse in and out, and we are DC fans. Everyone on the team that was involved in the creative process, we like everything DC. So there's lots of nods to Arrow-related things. And Reverse Flash is in the mega. He's like kind of like key,
there you go,
integral, bang, right, boom in the core story party. As is, I don't know, is Captain Cold Arrowverse?
Flash and Arrowverse crossover.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because we got Captain Cold and Heatwave. They're kind of key in the core like story of the game. You don't need DLC for that. Main game you'll get your fill, and then if you want more fill, then you can buy the season pass.
Alright, so Kendi, it sounds like you're going to get some stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, Extra League 01 says, who is this rookie? Amazo? People sort of thinking like, you know, he's got some attributes of Amazo, the android, lots of abilities. Was there any inspiration of that character to the rookie?
Yeah, and I think if you guys, when you play the game, so the rookie is obviously your character. We want you to pick your villain, which is great. But you'll see right in the very intro cutscene, you have Commissioner Gordon who pointedly says to Lex, "You remember from the Amazo project." So we instantly reference it, and that's all I'll say for now. So I think yes, there is the inspiration there. The fact that character is able to absorb powers, it's super exciting. But that rookie character that you create and you name your character is super important to the story. And when you get to the end of the story, you have a tough decision to make. So.
All right, and just a couple of comments here. II Gamer says this game looks 1 million times awesome, and then
not 2 million times.
You gotta have a shelf, to try and reach.
We have to up our game.
And then Karagian says the great thing about Lego video games is they make them for both DC and Marvel.
We do.
Is there a formula for that? Do you just have do you send like apple pies to both studios and say keep being friends with us forever?
No, I think the thing is that, if you think of if you go back to the very first game of either franchise, so Lego Batman 1, it's actually our most successful ever Lego game. There's a Guinness World Record for it. The team are very proud of that. That game it did something new and exciting. It was like, wow, Lego Star Wars was cool. Yeah, we did all that, and we did some other stuff. And it's like, Lego Batman, I can play Batman characters, DC characters, and it's just great and it's fun. And then Lego Superheroes, by the same token, it was the first game that was like, it's the whole Marvel universe and an open world hub, and I can just go off the helicarrier. Wow! And I think because both of those two initial games were so great, they want us to keep making these games. And not only that, we don't make them just for that reason. All the time that people want to play these games and buy them, and we've got a story to tell. I think that's super important as well. We'll keep making them, and that's why this is great. We've never done villains. We've never put the customizer front and center. We've never gone to include Earth 3 and Apocalypse and Darkseid and Granny Goodness and Desaad and Steppenwolf, all this crazy stuff that comes with it. You know, it's just so super exciting. We've never had an open world the size of the one here in the DC universe. It's got Smallville in it. It's like,
oh, wow.
It's so cool. Smallville and Gotham and Metropolis and Amusement Mile and Bellevue Penitentiary and Arkham and loads of other stuff I've probably not even talked about. The team on this have just kind of smashed it because we learn from every game. There's loads of new mechanics in here. And I think it's a game people will love. But as ever, if you want to know more, ask this guy.
Ask
me.
Well, I'll ask us in the comments of this video, and then when I see Arthur again, we'll ask him some more. And then, so Lego DC Supervillains is October
the 16th on PC, Switch, Xbox One, PS4. You can pre-order it now, and if you pre-order it, depending on where you pre-order, if you pre-order the deluxe edition, I think from GameStop, you get a cool steel tin with Harley's face on, which is amazing. You also get early access. I think you get the characters Rain and Zoom, I think, from the Season Pass, early access.
Nice.
And I think if you go to, it might be Walmart, that's how you get early access to the DC TV Hero Pack that we talked about with Arrow and Flash and Vibe and all those. But anyway, if you just go and pre-order it, you get all the good stuff eventually. So
Alrighty.
that's the main thing.
All right, thanks, Arthur. We'll see you guys next time.